Free yourself from suppressing emotions. I found myself writing and pouring rivers of words on paper, along with tears that incessantly wet the notebook on which I poured all my thoughts. I was throwing up all the emotions that I was suppressing in my head, and which had not given me peace for months, after the disappearance of my beloved Argo. Feeling suffocated. Let your emotions flow. You can finally stop fighting your thoughts, let them flow. On paper. This was a piece of advice that a friend of mine gave me in the worst period of my life. When Argo died, I had been keeping everything inside for months. Months of pretending and showing others I was okay. But I wasn't just making fun of others. I also made fun of myself. I also pretended to myself that I was fine. But I was not well at all. Yes, okay, I had stopped crying. But this is not enough to heal the pain. And after a few months I realized it. That day my friend had taken me to a stationery shop, giving me a notebook and a pen, and she said to me, "Your emotional diary starts today. The emotion diary to free yourself from negative thoughts." And so I did. Back home I opened my emotional diary for the first time and I start letting go. I have freed myself from the suppressing emotions. I found myself writing and pouring rivers of words on paper, along with tears that incessantly wet the notebook on which I poured all my thoughts. I was throwing up all the emotions that I was suppressing in my tense, and which had not given me peace for months, after the disappearance of my beloved Argo. Believe me, it was tremendously liberating. Whenever you feel a negative feeling, emotion or thought appear within you, arm yourself with a pen and paper. Just take note of what is happening right now inside of you. Throw up your emotions. Here's how to write in the emotions journal. Write in the diary the date and time and briefly describe the situation you are in and that triggered that emotion, after which describe it briefly, try to give it a name. If you can't, you can also help you with a metaphor, with an image, I feel like. Try to perceive in which part of the body you feel that sensation the most, it will help you a lot to recognize it. Finally, write down what automatic reactions it causes you. You can be brief and do this exercise in minutes. If it seems challenging at first glance, doing it you will realize that it is not so. It will take you much less time than you imagine to overcome those sufferings that now seem insurmountable to you. Attention! You will not have to force yourself to push the emotion away or drive away your thoughts. But make an effort to observe and describe it. Try to describe in your own words what is happening in your head, between your thoughts and your feelings. Happen to start asking yourself questions like, why is this happening to me? Or it's not fair could simply be a reaction to that emotion. But remember that the only way to let it flow is to allow yourself to try it without judging yourself. Do the exercise at the exact moment the emotion or thoughts occur. It is very important that you can carve out a space to take notes. You can do it quickly and concisely if you think you have no time, and if you are not alone, perhaps using the notes of your smartphone to avoid attracting attention. You can then learn more later, only if you feel that that emotion has not yet abandoned you or if it has changed its appearance. I wanted to share with you how to let emotions flow so as not to somatize them and keep them inside you. Let your emotions flow. Now it's your turn. Free yourself from suppressing emotions. Arm yourself with pen and paper and start letting your emotions flow on paper, without judgment, without looking at spelling errors or incorrect punctuation. The emotional diary is yours and yours alone. But it will help you get rid of those pounding thoughts in your head that haven't given you peace for a long time. You will learn to let go and accept those emotions, without suffocating them. A hug from Flower Pup.